folks, how you doing? Hope everybody is marvelous. Anyhow, here's a video on some marbles. You see that thing looking at you? That eye right there? That's a Bennington marble, without a doubt. One of the telltale signs, or those little eyes. Stay tuned and find all about it, what they're from. They come in lots of different colors. People call them lots of different things. Here's your two most common: brown, blue. Blue ones have the eyes also. So do most all of your Bennington marbles. People also refer to these as crockery, salt glazed, and pottery marbles. Come in all different sizes. So a misconception, I guess it could be, but not likely here, is that these eyes is where the marbles touch together in the furnace. Actually, they set on a stand. I've seen these stands for sale in the past. I just never bought one, unfortunately. And those marks are where it was in the oven, sitting on the stand, cooking in the kiln. Some of your rarer Bennington or salt glazed marbles, these are actually blacks. I don't know if I can. Those are almost black. This one's almost a red in color. This one is a white and a green. Here's a pink one. I have some gray ones. The most desirable Benningtons usually are what they call the fancy Benningtons. These would be considered highly collectible. I've been going to the antique shows, getting drug around there since the middle 70s, and I used to see these things in bread pans full, sometimes 10 for $1 years ago, and this was back in the 70s. Nowadays, I go to these antique shows, marble shows, and I don't hardly see these things at all anymore. So if you're getting into marble collecting, these are still affordable and they're still out there regularly, but not like they used to be. They are drying up. Here's a totally awesome Bennington. I don't know what y'all want to call this one. I'm not an expert in these pottery marbles. I'm just sharing what I know. This is probably my favorite one. I know it's kind of fugly on this side, but flip it over and voila. So that's an awesome Bennington. A lot of people like the pink ones. Every time I find the pink ones, they're, I don't know, pink's not my thing, but hey, I got one just because I'm a marble collector, so there it is. This one here's kind of interesting. I like it real well, just because it's different. So some other marbles that are pottery and probably considered some of the oldest marbles are the China marbles. And China marbles, these are China marbles right here. They come in glazed and unglazed. And I assume the unglazed ones would be your absolute oldest marbles. You can see how old some of these guys are. I used to find these quite regularly also at the flea market. I even got swindled out of one with roses on it when I was a kid for an onion skin. But anyways, nowadays, I don't see these very often either. They come with lines, bullseye patterns. Some of them will have a leaf on them. Lots of different lines. This one's unglazed with lines, which means there's no salt glazing on the exterior of the pottery. It's a matte finish. And then the shiny ones would be a glazed China marble. The glazed ones are always more desirable than the unglazed, with the exception of certain decorations. If you have an unglazed one with fancy wreath or flowers or something on it, those are highly desirable. Like I said, I had a nice collection of these and didn't really care for them, and probably around in the 80s got swindled out of them for some onion skins, being a foolish kid. So you live and learn. You can't win all your deals. So pottery marbles and crockery and Bennington marbles, I don't want you being confused with Indian marbles. An Indian marble is something totally different. It's a little round ball of clay that someone has rolled up. This would be an Indian marble. I got a little collection of Indian marbles over here that you guys can see. Indian marbles, they're commonly made of clay, sometimes stone, and they're never glazed. You don't have any shiny. They all have a matte or opaque finish on it, and they're usually not perfectly round either. As you can see, they're spheres, but they're not perfectly round. These were probably made, rolled up with some clay, and thrown in a campfire. And I've been experimenting. I don't know if anybody knows how these were made. These are artifacts. Not only are they marbles, they're also artifacts. Here's some of my favorite clays. I'll show you guys. But I wouldn't classify these as pottery marbles or Benningtons, or these are a completely different class of marbles, which are Indian marbles. So I'll do a whole nother video on these in the future with my artifacts, but I got a whole theory on maybe how the Indians made these, just from my own knowledge and poking around with clay and mud and dirt. I'll share with you in the future if you're interested. So, and this a little different this time. Thank a veteran. You know that's why you're free. Hopefully the camera focuses a little better here. Get rid of that horrible lighting. Like I said, folks, I'm just a guy with a cell phone here. I don't even have a camera stand for this thing. Maybe if you guys like this stuff and get serious about it, I'll get me a camera stand so you can see this stuff a little better. But listen, guys, these people are why you're free today and can watch this stuff right now, so don't forget that. You might be grumpy, having a bad day, complaining about some BS, sitting on the couch watching this or something, but a lot of these guys aren't even here anymore that gave you those things that you're unhappy about and your freedoms. So don't forget, do something nice for one of these guys if you know where they're at. Have a good day, YouTube. Keep the marvelous thumbs up and subscriptions coming. I'll keep posting the videos.